Good morning, everybody. Now our army is going well, and there are so many progressing here and there, and also there is a masses of surrendering. Also, we notice that there is so many attempts to enter the armor weapon, but all these attempts has failed. Also, we hear that there is no waves of mercenaries are entering Khartoum from Bara Street, but that is nothing. There is also new leaders have entered Khartoum so as to support the mercenaries and the invasion. Also, this is not harmful to us because we know that all the military equipment that belong to the Janjaweed now has been destroyed fully. They are driving motorcycles. Some of them are going on foot. Others are driving people's cars, not military cars. Also, they haven't got arteries or rockets against the airplanes. All these things together shows that they haven't get enough military equipment so as to fight against the army. And this proves that the army has destroyed fully all the military equipment that belong or the mercenaries used to attack the army with it. Now I see the end of the mercenaries has come. Now they are scattered here and there. Now they are begging the international economy so as to support them, especially when they hear that the United Nations have announced that the RSF is a terrorism faction. And also the FFC is the political band that support the RSF is no longer welcomed in the world. Now we see that after withdrawing the Sudanese passport from them, they haven't been able so as to visit other places because they haven't get the political shelter that makes them move from place to place as diplomatic persons. Now they are placeless. This placement is moving around them. They feel that they are not welcomed everywhere. In Khartoum, Omdurman, and also Bahri, especially in the far places where the Janjaweed used to stay. Now the army have gone to these places, and there are new checkpoints made in these very far places that to help the people, especially in Bahri, in Doro Shab and Al Ghura, the areas where the Janjaweed used to stay for a long time, because these areas are just look like village. They are not like the other modern areas inside Khartoum like Safia or Shambat or Al Halfaya. All these places are freed. Most of them are freed. And also we notice that the checkpoints which belong to the mercenaries now, especially in Al Halfaya and Bahri as a whole, and Diyum and parts of Kafuri and also Al Haj Yusuf, about 8 checkpoints have been withdrawn from these places when they see that there is a civil war in their areas in west of Sudan. So they prepare so as to return back to their village so as to protect their families, their tribe. And the tribalism in our country is very strong. It is deeply rooted in our problems, and that is the cause of the extension of these wars, is tribalism. We hope that the people by the time are going to understand that tribalism is no longer uh, a base for those who want to control the country. If you want to be a leader of this country, try to come through the box. Try to show your program to the people. Try to stay with the people. So your idea to them, the people will respect you, and then they will give you their voices. This is the modernization way, so as to control or to rule your country. Other ways in the underdevelopment countries are not welcomed by the European Union or the African Union or the Arabian University. The modern world, the modern society, the free world will not welcome you. If there is a coup, the leader of this coup is not going to be welcomed by the independent countries, especially the free organization, international organization. So we want the people to understand it fully in our African countries, especially here in Africa. Especially in Africa, there is no much coup in Asia. Asia is stable countries. Most of them are civilized and well educated, and they know what these steps mean. But Africa is still under development countries that needs more education so as to teach their people the importance of democracy inside their country. When there is democracy in your country, it means that the people are going to rule themselves by themselves. And there is no progress without democracy. Democracy shows you your rights, how to get your rights, because there is going to be governmental constitution in your country. This constitution shows you your authorities, shows you your bonds, shows you the space where you can extend and stretch your legs. That means you are under judge. There is judge in your country, and there is a law in your country that is respected by all the people. And this respected law has come through the legitimacy society, where the people can act the law that is welcomed by the people. So we need that. So we saw that in Europe, especially, the people over there respect law because they are very civilized and they respect the rules and the sentences of the judge, because all these things have come through them, have come through their legitimate societies. They respect it. So we want to take some good things from them because they are welcomed and they know what to do. Here in our country now, we are creeping towards democracy. In spite of most of our people are educated, but we are still suffering from the illiteracy in some places. We need more education in some places. We need how to spread education in far places so as to open people's minds to know the rights well and to develop their societies well, and how to treat each other well according to their conditions and customs. That is what is we are running after. That thing will help us. Now in our country, in spite of there is devastation and there is a civil war here now, and the people are suffering, and most of Khartoum people have fled their houses and now they are hosted by their relatives in other places. But that is maybe, in my special opinion, is a good question for us as to review our behavior well and to try to strengthen our social connection between each other and to correct our mistakes with ourselves and with our God. I ask God so as to help us, and I ask our people so as to be reconciled with themselves and to help the armed forces through giving them the reports about the movements of the RSF or RRC inside Sudan. All this information are going to be very useful for the army because it helps them so as to control the country and to capture the mercenaries who came from outside so as to destroy our country. God help us, and we hope tomorrow, in the coming future, our Sudan we'll have prosperity. Until we meet again, I hope you guys a good time and break a leg.